Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing fine and well and staying home and staying safe. My name is Samanta Duggal, and firstly, I would like to thank Thrive for having me on this platform and for doing these wonderful sessions, which are extremely educational for everybody and giving a lot of knowledge to everybody. Yes, as I said, my name is Samantha, and I'm going to be leading you through this session of mudras today. I have been into the field of yoga and Vedic chanting, mind body work, dance movement therapy for the last 17 years, and I continue to expand and learn from my practice. So I'd really like to actually make this session a more experiential session and not just me talking and you listening. So I would invite you actually to maybe take a seat somewhere or sit somewhere comfortably so you can actually do the mudras with me. Just going to give you a brief introduction to what are mudras. And I've always been fascinated by mudras because I've been a dancer and we have a lot of mudras in the dance and the yoga tradition as well. So mudras are basically, I would say, psychic gestures, or they are psychic seals which basically send energy to various parts of the body. Now, usually teachers and therapists don't get so much into teaching mudras till people are already in the practice of asana and pranayam, but they are so user friendly and so accessible and help so many number of conditions that it's a beautiful inclusion in the practice of yoga. So here we are going to be dealing with mudras which are related to the skin, which is, as you know, the largest organ in the body, and specifically the face and as well as the hair. And I'm also going to be covering this neck region. Okay, so it's going to be quite an interesting session, and I'm going to do the mudras slowly so that you can follow me and follow along with the session as well. Right, so there are many different kinds of mudras. And how do these work? Actually, there's a very scientific explanation to this. So when you talk about hasta mudras, or the mudras on the fingers, yeah, then these are when we activate, right, these are connected to the various elements in our body. So you have the fire element, you have the air element, you have the ether element, you have the earth element, and you have the water element. Okay, so let's go over that again. You have the fire element, you have the air element, you have the ether element, you have the earth element, and you have the water element, right? So now these are hasta mudras. So we use the fingers to activate certain energies in the body. You also have mana mudras where you use the face to activate the energy. You have the kaya mudras, which you use the entire body to activate the energy. You have the adhara mudras, which basically take your energy from the lower centers up to the higher centers. And you have the bandhas, which are the energetic seals or locks in the body. So basically, we're going to be focusing on the hasta mudras, the mana mudras, and maybe a kaya mudra if we have the time today. So as I said, this is to balance all the various elements in the body. How it works is that we do the mudra, this sends the signals up into the brain sends the signals to the lungs sends oxygenated blood to the area of need, to whatever muscles, joints, bones, skin, etc. So it sends the prana, or the vital force, the energy, the oxygenated blood to the various parts of the body. Okay, so having said that, let's begin and get started with a few of the mudra practice. I'm going to start with the hasta mudra, with one of the hand mudras. So here we are going to be activating the water element in the body. So I invite you to touch your thumb to your little pinky finger. This is called Varun Mudra, and this is to balance out the water element. So basically to hydrate the skin on the face and to provide it water, besides water in the joints and the muscles. So whenever we're practicing mudra, it's always more effective to do this in conjunction with the breathing. Now, I'm going to be sitting like this so that you can see the mudras, but you can put your hands on your knees as well, no problem. So you're going to inhale deeply, hold for a few seconds, and exhale completely. So now all the breathing is done through the nostrils. So you inhale, hold, exhale, right? Two more times, making you do it so that you remember it. Inhale, hold for a few seconds, and exhale, slow and long. One last time. So maybe 4 breaths per mudra. Inhale deeply, hold, and exhale, slow and long. So we are practicing Varun Mudra for hydrating the skin in the face. And you should do this for about 15 minutes just to maintain daily health of the skin. Okay. Followed by, this is called Apan Mudra, where we touch the ether element and the earth element together. So it looks like this. You do 15 minutes of Varun Mudra and you do 15 minutes of Apan Mudra. And Apan Mudra is basically for elimination of any kind of toxins. So sweating from the skin and just the downward flow of energy in the body, right? So you can hold this mudra. We're doing Hasta Mudras now. So Varun Mudra followed by Apan Mudra. Again, inhale deeply, hold for a few seconds your breath, exhale slow and long. Wonderful. Inhale deeply, hold, and exhale slow and long. Inhale deeply, exhale slow and long. Inhale deeply one last time. Hold for a few seconds. And exhale slow and long. Beautiful. Now we're going to follow this with another Hasta Mudra, very interesting Prithvi. Prithvi Mudra, which you're touching your thumb and your ring finger together. Again, I'm going to hold my fingers up so you can see them clearly. And this is to increase hair growth. Now, if you want to do this mudra, of course, you have to do it for about 50 minutes every day. Again, we're going to do this Prithvi Mudra, which increases hair growth. All right. And this is a big one, I know, for a lot of people. So inhale. Hold for a few seconds. Exhale, slow and long. Inhale deeply. Holding for a few seconds. Exhale, slow and long through the nostrils, letting go. Excellent. Inhale deeply. Hold for a few seconds. Exhale, slow and long. One last time. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slow and long. So this is, I'm going to repeat myself, this is Prithvi Mudra and this is to encourage hair growth. It's also very, very good for the skin because it works on the air, the earth element in the body. So our skin, our muscles, our bones, our joints and the hair, right? Now this mudra should be followed by Prana Mudra. Prana Mudra is a very, very interesting mudra because it acts like a facilitator for the rest of the mudras. It increases the power of the mudra. So if you do 50 minutes, 50 minutes of Prithvi Mudra and follow it through with Prana Mudra, right? So again, inhale deeply, hold for a few seconds, exhale slow and long. You can also hold the breath on the out breath. Yeah, inhale deeply. very effective to practice your mudras with breathing. Hold for a few seconds, exhale, slow and long. Inhale deeply. Hold for a few seconds, exhale, slow and long. And one last time, inhale deeply, practicing prana mudra, the energizing mudra. And exhale and long. Yes, sometimes, yeah, you need to also exercise your fingers because this actually requires effort. If you're holding these mudras for 10 minutes, for 15 minutes, this requires your fingers to be quite supple. All right, so the next one is again a hasta mudra, but it's going to be connected to the face. Okay, and you must have seen this in conjunction with this pranayam. It's called Brahmari, which is a very, very relaxing pranayam. Now, what the fingers do, this is called Shanmukhi mudra, which basically means that it is closing the 7 gates. Okay, so besides withdrawing the senses, right, besides quietening the mind, yeah, we are also stimulating certain acupressure points. The heat and the energy from the fingers is actually relaxing your facial muscles. So you can place your index finger on top of your eyebrows, place your ring finger on the inside of the eyes, your ring finger on the nostrils, the little finger just on the outside corners of the mouth, and your thumbs are on the ears, right? So what we're going to do is you're going to inhale deeply and you're going to exhale with a hum. So you can practice this with me. You're going to do it 3 more times. You're going to inhale. 2 more times. Inhale deeply. One last time. And you can slowly release your fingers. So just a couple of things to keep in mind when you're doing Shanmukhi Mudra. Don't tense your fingers like this. Keep your fingers really relaxed, very gentle pressure on the face, right? So this is stimulating certain acupressure points on the face, which really provides a fresh blood supply to the face. Okay, now we move to the neck. I have a really interesting mudra over here, and it is called Mayura mudra. So what we're going to do is you're going to inhale and stick your neck forwards. Now this is another movement that we are not really used to doing. And you hold it here for 10-15 seconds. So it really looks like this. If I profile myself, I'm going to stick my neck forward, hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale. So don't hold your breath. Inhale, keep breathing. Stick your neck forward. It's like a peacock, right? And this might require some practice. So stick your neck forward. And back again. Relax. One last time. Inhale forward. You continue to breathe right here. Wonderful. And release the neck. So this was Mayuran mudra, and this is for toning the skin on your neck, right here, around your jaw and your neck. And it is a precursor to your bandha action of your chin lock. So it's a really good one to practice for the flexibility of your neck as well. And since we're on the subject of the neck, we're going to do another lovely one, very quietening, very relaxing also for the neck muscles. This is called Brahma Mudra. It's named after the 4 heads of Brahma. And here you just turn your head to the right side, right? Breathe in. So do it with the breath and breathe out. And you breathe in, turn your head to the left and breathe out. And you breathe in. Look up, stretch the front of your throat and your neck, and breathe out. Breathe in, head down. And breathe out. Great. So there were 4 specific movements. Again, very effective when done with the breath. Now, another very interesting thing, we're going to add sound to this, right? So that your mouth and your jaw gets exercise as well. So you're going to breathe in. And as you turn the head and neck back to the center, you're going to open your mouth and make a guttural sound and do ah. Ah. Breathe in. Turn the head to the left. Turn back to the center, making the sound ooh. Labial sound. Ooh. Breathe in. Stretch your neck. Stretch your throat. Breathe out and chant. E. So you really broaden your mouth. Breathe in. Chin down to the chest. Breathe out and chant nasal sound. So since this mudra is so intricate, I'm just going to do it once through in the flow and you can follow me with it. Ah. Ooh. E. Very nice. So that was Brahma Mudra for tonifying the neck and the throat region. Extremely good for thyroid as well. All right. So now we're going to actually do a facial mudra, Mana Mudra. We're going to use the mouth. So you're going to actually roll your tongue in like this. So you kind of make, this is called Kaki Mudra. Right. So it's also stimulating a lot of acupressure points in your tongue. Extremely useful. Now, we usually combine this with a pranayam practice called Shitali or Sivkari. Shitali is done like this. You suck the air in through your mouth and you exhale slow and long through your nostrils. Lovely. Now, supposing you cannot roll your tongue in, there's a big part, there's a big, large population which cannot roll the tongue in. You can also do this, right? Just roll the tongue inwards like this and just breathe in. So I'm going to show you both versions. And exhale through the nose. So this is also called Jivva Mudra. Yeah, let's do this 2 more times. And exhale slow and long through the nose. So remember, the breath is inside through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale slow and long through your nostrils. Breathing in through the mouth, breathing out through the nostrils. So what does this practice actually do? This actually provides a very cooling effect for the skin, especially for us who are living in quite warm and humid climates, and when the pit, according to Ayurveda, gets very aggravated and causes skin rashes and itches and allergies. This is a wonderful cooling practice which is done for the system. Okay, we have 2 more mudras to go. So this is called Kapal Vikasat Shakti Mudra. So here we are going to close the nostril like this, right? And you're going to inhale through the nose. Close the nostril and puff the cheeks out. And then you're going to drop the chin down. And you're going to hold the breath there. So you really build up a lot of tension here in the cheek. This is for tonifying the cheeks, right? So And then when you feel like breathing out, you bring the chin back and exhale and slow and long. So this one you can do about 3-4 times. You're gonna, again, I'm gonna show it to you 2 more times. Inhale. Bring the chin back up. Breathe out, relax. One last time. So you can feel like the pressure in the nerves and in the muscles of the cheek, just opening out the pores. This is a really good one for tonifying your cheek and the skin over here. So inhale, puff the cheeks out. Release and slowly breathing out and just release the tension. Wonderful. Okay, we are going to do, so this one you can do about 3-4 times. See, each mudra and pranayam, it really varies how long you can do them for. Some, if you're doing it for a really serious condition, like as I told you, for growth of hair or premature graying, you'll have to do it for 1 hour every day. So, and but just to, for the maintenance of your skin and hair, you can do every mudra for about 15 minutes every day. All right. So the last one that I am going to do this evening for you is called Yoga Mudra, and actually it's a Kaya Mudra, which means it uses the entire body. Now we all know our digestion, metabolism is very much related to skin health. Okay, so I hope you can see my whole body. For this one, I'm going to be sitting in Vajrasan, and I'm going to be placing my fists on either side of my navel, on either side of my belly button. And I am going to inhale deeply here. And I'm going to exhale, and I'm going to lower the head down and pull my elbows back. And I'm going to hold my breath out. So I'm really stimulating the digestive system, and I'm also lowering my head down. So it's sending all the blood and the energy towards my face and my head region. When I feel like breathing in, I'm going to inhale and slowly come back up. I'm going to show this to you 2 more times. So you're going to place your fists on either side of your navel. You inhale deeply. And you're going to exhale and lower down. Your head is down. Your elbows are pulled back. You allow the circulation of the blood to rush to the face and the head. You inhale. Slowly bring yourself back up. Yoga Mudra one more time. Inhale. Exhale and slowly lowering the head down, pulling the elbows back. And when I feel like inhaling, slowly come back up. Wonderful. So I think that was a lot of mudras for today, and I hope you were able to follow some of them. The beauty of the practice of mudras is that it can really be done um, anytime, any place, right? And you can even sit like watching television and doing the mudras if you want to do it, you know. But of course, if you are directing your awareness a little more deeply, so if you're doing it with mantras or if you're doing it with breathing, of course, the effect is always much better. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me for this session. If you'd like to know more about the work that I do, my information is always available on samantaduggal.com, which is SAMANTADUGGAL.com. You can follow my Instagram handle at Samantha Duggal. Again, it's SAMANTADUGGAL. Okay, so I'm just going to Okay. So I think this session is going to be, I'm just looking at some of the question answers. I think this session is going to be available on Facebook Live and Instagram and YouTube. So I think you will be able to see the entire session. I saw somewhere, okay, do we need to do mudra for hair fall and graying at a stretch, or can it be done? Very good question. Can it be done in parts throughout the day? Yes, because this mudra in particular needs to be done for such a long duration, that is for like 50 minutes. I would also say that you can divide it into like 15 minutes. And but every time that you do Prithvi mudra, okay, which is this one, I'm going to repeat it. Please follow it through with prana mudra, right? Okay, so Prithvi mudra and prana mudra. Prithvi mudra for 15 minutes, prana mudra for about 5 minutes, and you divide it into 3 sections of the day. Okay, so premature graying, okay, that's another one which needs to be done for an hour every day, and for that you touch Akash mudra. Akash mudra is your ether element in the body, and that is for premature graying. So touching the fire element to the ether element on the fingers. Again, I would say you need to follow this with prana mudra. So you do Akash mudra and you follow it through with prana mudra. Okay. Let's see which other questions. Yes, so the mudra that we did for heating up was Shitali mudra, the Kaki mudra, where you make a beak with your tongue, so that you will see mudra for eczema and itching and all of that. You know, you must use Prithvi mudra. So now see, if you have, as I told you, if you have a very intense condition, you need to hold the mudra for a longer period of time. Okay, also please don't only use mudras, please supplement it with correct diet, having a lot of cooling foods and water, right? Drinking water and having cooling foods, not eating spicy overheating foods, yeah, especially since our climate doesn't support that. Right, again, for pimples and outbreaks, Prithvi mudra is very good. Varun mudra is very good for pimples and pigmentation. Okay, so yes, any derma conditions, these are mudras which are extremely good. Okay, so I'm just going to wind off here. Thanks so much. And okay, last question right here, which is good for pregnancy. You know, all of these mudras can be done during pregnancy as well. So they are not excepting for maybe Apan mudra. If you were there for this session, don't do Apan mudra. Maybe for the last month of pregnancy, you can do Apan mudra, which is very good for elimination. So actually, before you deliver your baby, you should be doing this for 15 minutes every day, right? So today I'm only covering mudras for the face, skin, hair, and the neck. The mudras can help so many conditions. I saw many questions for diabetes and you know, Shambhavi mudra, which is great for meditation and things like that. So there are certain books that I can suggest which you can follow, like Asana Pranayam Mudra Bandha, right? And yes, so you will get a lot of insight for weight loss, metabolism, diabetes, asthma. There are so many mudras, and it's a very, very interesting subject, you know. Even the Hatha Yoga Pradipika has a lot of insight on mudras. There's another one called Mudras and Health Perspectives by Suman Chiplunkar, and these are just wonderful sources of knowledge. So once again, thank you so much. And if you'd like to know more about me, I'm on samantaduggal.com. And thank you very, very much for joining me for this session.